Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Defining Discipline podcast. I'm your host, Scott. This is episode 339, as well as day 339 of my journey. At the beginning of the year, I challenged myself to run 365 days in a row, all outside, bearing the elements, whatever they may bring this year. I also challenged myself to run 1,500 miles within this yearly time frame and to run 2 big races within this year. Those races being a 50K ultramarathon trail race, the Yankee Springs 50K trail race out in Middleville, Michigan. That was on day 156 of my journey. I finished that race within 7 hours, 15 minutes, and 22 seconds. The next race that came up within this yearly time frame was the Detroit Free Press Marathon, and that was on day 290 of my journey. Was able to run that race within 3 hours, 57 minutes and 28 seconds. So both those races, the 50K 31 mile race and the marathon 26.2 mile race, were both personal records for me, and was able to keep the run streak alive the following days after those big races. Now we're currently on day 339. So let's break down the mileage for the day, the week, the month, and the year. So for the day today, day 339, I've been trying to keep it a little bit easier. Got out there again today to end the week with a 3.1 mile run, another 5K. That put me at 35.1 miles for this week. That put me at 20.9 miles for this month, which put me at 1,596.2 miles for the year. So we have crossed over that 1,500 mile mark for the yearly mileage. Was shooting to try to now kind of finish within the 1,750, but with my foot kind of acting up on me, I've kind of stepped that back, and we're just going to see kind of where we end up here through the following, where we end up here for the rest of the year. But I do want to focus in on these monthly miles of 20.9, and that is because every single month I challenge myself to run a 100-mile challenge, and I do it in honor of a charity in which I donate money to, as well as start a coinciding fundraiser to try to raise money and awareness for throughout that month. So for the first 11 months, raise money for 11 great charities. Now we're here within the 12th month, and we're raising money for yet another great charity. December's 100-mile challenge is in honor of St. Jude's Children's Hospital. So if you would like to donate to this month's fundraiser, as well as help raise awareness by sharing this month's fundraiser, you can find the link to do so on the Defining Discipline Instagram story or the Defining Discipline Facebook story, or my personal page's Instagram story, or my personal page's Facebook story. Within those stories, you click on the link and it'll open up the actual page that says Scott's 100-mile challenge for December in honor of St. Jude's Children's Hospital. And within that link, like I said, you're able to actually make your donations. Keep in mind that all donations that do get made to this cause, all of them go to this cause. Every single penny, no percentage or portion of your donation will be going to Facebook. They've made the agreement that everything goes to the cause. So keep that in mind. And like I said, if you can't donate and you still want to help out, or maybe you did donate and want to help out more, just click on that share button, because we're trying to help raise awareness for this cause throughout this month. And the best way to do that is get as many eyes on it as possible. So now that we kind of got that out of the way, we can get ready to talk about today's actual episode 339. But as always, right before we do so, we are going to go over today's word of the day. So, for December 5th, 2021, today's word of the day is commodious. And commodious means comfortably or conveniently spacious. In a word, roomy. So that is today's word of the day, commodious or commodious. That might even be the right pronunciation, commodious. So that is today's word of the day. Now let's get into today's actual episode 339, day 339. Today's theme for today's episode is foster. And I wanted to touch on that for a couple different reasons. Um, one, today I spent most of my day with my daughter, watching her, and I just was kind of thinking about, raising her and things I want to do with her as we get older and all of that kind of, all that jazz. So, kind of was thinking about that, and in general, just thinking about the whole purpose of, why I've been kind of following up my runs and my journey with this podcast, and just kind of even doing the social media presence with the podcast. And it's kind of, I kind of want to foster the idea of, staying healthy, and the the amount of physical health, how it truly can help you out. Just really going out there and pushing yourselves and setting goals, and fostering the idea of, um, having goals, which seems a lot. It seems obvious that that should be done, but I think a lot of us don't have those goals. A lot of us don't really live a healthy lifestyle. So I'm trying to foster that one within my daughter throughout the years as she's developing. But I kind of hope to foster that within um, anyone willing to try and to develop themselves, because I truly believe, working on uh, your physical health will also really reflect on your mental health. And just in general, trying to live a healthy lifestyle. It's something that this day and age is a rarity. I know there are plenty of people out there living a healthy lifestyle. There are plenty of people out there grinding every day. But I think, at least for me, a majority of the people I know aren't doing so, and um, trying to promote that healthy lifestyle to those people without necessarily jamming it down their throats is something I would like to, try to do. And I think the best way to do that is to lead by example. And I think that's kind of how you can help foster these ideas into anyone else. It is to do it yourself. And I think that's kind of the approach I'm having with my daughter. I would like her to be a runner. I would like her to be a snowboarder. I would like her to be someone that's more hands on and more goes outdoors and has fun doing, physical things that really challenge her physical ability, as opposed to, playing video games or playing on a phone all the time, which I don't think is necessarily always bad. Um, but again, I think I want to limit her on that, and I want her to be more of someone that focuses on staying healthy, and working out, and playing sports and doing things of interacting within the community, and doing things that kind of not necessarily gets her out of the house, because I don't know if I want her out of the house all the time, but I want her doing things that keep her active, and I want her doing things, kind of um, a selfish thing for me to say, but I do want her doing things that, I kind of enjoy, and that we could all do as a family and enjoy, like maybe going on family runs and doing family races, and taking family trips out west to do snowboarding and things like that, and go hiking, and go camping, and do things as a family that we can all enjoy. And I know, sometimes when you're growing up, your parents make you do things at the time you don't really understand or enjoy, but you do take away stuff from that, from the times that, my dad and my mom used to take me and do things like that. Sometimes I'll really look forward to it. Sometimes I really hate it. But looking back on it all, there's many lessons to have learned during all of them. There was many things I had fostered throughout those times. So that is something I'm trying to really instill, again, with my daughter and any other future children I may have, is to foster that kind of uh, mentality within them of really being able to go out there and enjoy themselves within life, and being physically active, and trying to work on their health, and trying to live a healthy lifestyle. So that's kind of what I am trying to do throughout this podcast, especially this past year I've been focusing on myself, but trying to do it in a way that may help foster others to follow in a similar footsteps. So that's kind of what this podcast has been about. And going forward into the next year, definitely have a different structure planned out, but I do want to kind of still focus in on fostering that idea of the past few things we've talked about these past few days, fostering the idea of initiation, going out there, initiating yourself, going out there, taking some ownership, fostering, again, the healthy lifestyles, fostering a more physical and active lifestyle as well, and trying to really get out there and get people to work on themselves on individual levels, and especially starting with, mental health. That was something that I struggled with, and I know a lot of people do struggle with. And I think one of the biggest cures for that is strenuous and physical exercise, getting out there and really pushing yourself, and seeing what you're capable of, and being kind of surprised at what you're capable of, going out there on a daily basis every day, getting that blood pumping, getting it moving, getting those chemicals, those brain chemicals that get made when you're doing these kind of exercises. I think we're truly lacking it, and that's something that I've noticed was really when I was working, been working out, been running as much. I mentally just feel a lot better. Feel great every time I get back from run. There's days I don't want to get out there and run, but every time I get back, I feel so good. It feels great to do that. So just trying to foster these ideas within, again, my children, and trying to foster them within the world, in just hopes that people can maybe discover the same thing I have discovered, and really push themselves to try to be the best versions of themselves. So, for your daily discipline today, day 339, it is to do the same exact thing. It is to foster those within your lives. Try to encourage people, and promote the development of people, especially with, like I said, a healthy lifestyle, a physical lifestyle, getting out there, really working out, an active lifestyle. Try to really foster these kind of ideas within your life, and try to help foster them within others. And let's work on ourselves on individual levels, because again, I think that's truly how we're going to make this world a better place. So that is your daily discipline for the day today. Other than that, thank you guys so much for following along and listening. Episode 339 of the Defining Discipline podcast. If you guys can, give this podcast a like, a subscribe, a follow, and a share on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and whatever podcast streaming platform you've been following along and listening on. Other than that, I'll see you guys tomorrow for episode 340. Seems crazy to say we're that far along, but we are. So until then, peace out, get your daily discipline done, stay disciplined, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.